welcome to March's review. And first off, since February was a month of love, let's go into March where we talk about eggs and rabbits for some reason, because it's fertility and made for kids, which is weird. So, we're not doing an Easter movie, but we're doing the consequences of what you do in February that, might be a product 9 months later. That's right, Beware Children at Play. So, first off, this I first saw on VHS, and it was extremely grainy. I owned the Trauma DVD, and if Mondo Digital is to be believed, and I'm giving them props here, I'm not saying they're wrong, but they say this looks better than the DVD. From what I remember, it does as well. So I wanted to say that they mentioned it and I'm mentioning it because I don't want to be said that I'm plagiarizing, but just wanted to point out that yes, this does look better than the DVD did. This is also very boring until the last 10 minutes. Well, that's not true. So, what is the story of Beware Children at Play? 10 years ago, not 10 years ago now, but in the movie it starts out with a kid and his dad going camping. His dad gets caught in a bear trap, and then the kid is basically forced to survive in the woods after his dad passes away. And then they go on, and kids are disappearing in this area. They cut to 10 years later, where a new family is driving down to meet the sheriff and the sheriff's family because their daughter went missing. It's basically a terrible version of Children of the Corn. Except it's not corn, it's the woods. The acting is terrible. It's not a good film by any stretch of the imagination. The only really interesting parts are the connections that it has with Beowulf and Grendel, which I'm not going to spoil. And some of the gore effects are pretty good. Two gore effects are pretty good. One of them is a guy gets a scythe, and I thought it was supposed to be his neck, because the guy grabs his neck, but in the next scene, it's his torso is being ripped apart. Or he moves backward to show that his torso has separated from the bottom of his body, so that was cool. And then all of the kills that the kids are involved with are cool. That's what I like. That was the most interesting thing to this movie. Until the end. In the end, it is adults wreaking havoc on the kids. So, this movie is very notorious for the final scenes because the adults that are the parents of these kids go in and they slaughter these kids. And it is fairly gory, it is violent, and it is the most adult-on-kid murder I have ever seen. Does this make it a good movie? No. Is this in Trauma? Knowing this is in Trauma's library, kind of knows what you are getting. Because the acting's not great. As Kim Newman would say, there's actors who look like people you've seen before, but probably aren't them. And it's more boring for me. But, the plus side, there is an audio commentary I'm not going to watch, but there is a making of that runs 50 minutes. So I'm going to be right back and tell you all about the making of feature. I just finished the making of called, Why I Don't Have Children. And it has interviews with cast and crew, which is really cool because the cast and crew, it does a few of the kids, including one of the kids who had a special effect thing done, which I don't want to spoil because that's one of the cooler moments. And the mom, played by Julia DeWolf. There's one other kid. They have, I think, a total of 3 of the kids, a townsperson, and the wife, and the special effects people. So, it's 51 minutes. There's really not a lot to say, except I found the making of to be a bit more interesting than the actual movie itself. But yeah, do I recommend Beware Children at Play? I do. It's one of those where you'll want it for the features, with the commentary, the interview with Mick Cribben, and the making of stuff. The other thing too is Vinegar Syndrome put this out. They also put out The Children. I think these two movies would go well together, so I would probably watch them as a double feature. But yeah, that was my review of Beware Children at Play. Thank you for watching. We will see you in April, which is the penultimate episode before our final movie review ever. So remember to stay spooky, stay scary, take care, and we will see you for the episode in April.